Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is November 6th, 2011, and you're watching Overgrowth Weekly number 47. I'm Silverfish, and here today as well we have, of course, Anton. Hi, Anton.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And today we have a fabulous show for you guys. First off, we have let's see, let's actually switch to the view so you can see what I'm looking at here. First, of course, we have the alpha, and then we're going to take a look at some cool animation that was just posted, among some other things, of course. And towards the end, we have a Humble Voxatron Debut giveaway. So, look forward to that, man.
Yay.
What's up with you, Anton?
Working like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much
usual.
as usual. Only those deadlines are coming up, so I'm starting to feel the pressure a little.
Yeah. That does happen. Maybe a few too many Overgrowth weeklies or something.
I'm still happy with the amount of Overgrowth weeklies that I've made, so
Good.
don't really feel like missing them, you know?
Yeah, that's good. I don't feel like you missing them either, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like being part of them, and I like hanging out with you guys and looking at stuff that we all enjoy, so...
Yeah, that's good, because we like
fun.
hanging out with you.
Ah, thank you.
Wink, wink. All right, well, let's move on with the show. First up,
that was a step too far.
Let's move on with the show.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have the weekly alphas to start off with. Alpha 155 this week. I can't speak English. 55. Oh man. Okay. So this week there has been mostly under the hood stuff once again. I think last week there were a lot of bug fixes and just a couple of new additions, and it's basically the same thing this week.
Yes.
So if we start out, we have added weight maps to control detail objects density. He kind of shows it off in the video.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Do you want to explain how it works?
How it works?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sort of just like all of his other detail objects, etc. He has I guess it's an alpha channel, I don't remember, that assigns where detail objects, meaning grass shaders, will appear on a map. So you can sort of define where and where not grass grows, as opposed to it maybe saying growing everywhere. This would be particularly important if you have like for example, something he'll show off in the art asset later where there's sort of two different portions to the level, where one is maybe sand. You don't want grass growing in the sand, but you do want it growing, say, in a field, so you can make sure that it only grows in the field, and that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. We've had actually... No, Anton.
Aww.
What was the phrase?
I concur.
I concur. Yes. Yes, indeed. No. Let's just as I was going to say, people who've been working with maps have had that problem before, where they're like, "There's grass on my mod. I don't want grass on my mod." But now they can just change the color map, and there won't be grass in your mod, and you shall be forever happy.
Yes.
So yeah, it's really useful for modders as well, of course. I just hope he'll add something a bit more versatile, I guess. Right now it feels like you can have your grass, sure, but what if you want like two different kinds of grass in a single level, for instance? I'm not sure how that would work if there is only one detail object density map.
Well, yeah, although if I mean, it seems like you could use colors to define different ones pretty easily, right? Because right now it was black and white, but if you add in red, green, or blue, or some other color that you know, assigns it to a different map. It seems like that wouldn't be too hard to code in. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. So,
Or if colors aren't allowed, then something along the grayscale could work too, you know? I mean, so.
yeah, but I think the grayscale is used for the actual map. I think they're saying in the chat, we should probably clarify that it seems like it's not using an alpha map, it's just using the another color map, so it's a separate map that you add to the level.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I think probably using RGB channels would be the most useful one, and then using the alpha channel to control the density or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure he'll figure something awesome out. I really don't even know exactly how it works right now, so I should probably just shut up. Yeah. Okay, so that's the weight maps to control detail object density. And detailed objects doesn't have to be grass, I should add also. It can also be like rocks or whatever. It's just small objects that are added to the ground.
Grass is just the example he uses the most, and the one that sort of is the easiest to see. You know, it's a very clear, definitive thing that everyone sort of understands, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next we have enabled object mirroring. So in Overgrowth, you can now very easily mirror objects. So let's try to do that. First I'm going to remove all these characters, because I hate rabbits. And then I'm going to add an object. Let's add something that is going to look different when mirrored. Oh, a roof will be useful to mirror. Let's hope this works now. I guess I can just pull it inside out, right? Like we used to be able to. Yeah.
I think that's the way it works, yep.
So you just scale something until it's inside out, and there you have your perfect roof. It's a really useful feature. I think it used... Yay, thank you. Slash bow. They used to have this in the engine, didn't they? But then they removed it or something?
I think it broke at some point. And I'm actually, you know, I didn't check this week, but this may have actually broken a level that was an inside-out object. For a while, if you mirrored it, it would turn things inside out.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't know if you have it installed, but the level, the cave, was an archway turned inside out, and this would now actually make that not possible to create again.
Yeah, I wonder how that level would react, actually.
I don't know. I should, we'll try it at some point.
Yeah. So cool. Object mirroring, it's very useful for mappers. I've been wanting to use this several times, but haven't been able to, so I'm very happy right now.
Yep.
Next, we have changed how models are stored in memory for better stability. Yeah, I really don't know what that's about. Well, I know what it says, but I don't know anything more than this.
Yeah.
But
hopefully, go ahead.
I'm sure it's very nice though.
I'm sure it's a little more stable now.
Yeah, I think it's probably a bit more stable. Probably. After that, we have unified quit path for a nicer cleanup. This is also one of those things that he says that he did, but he doesn't really explain what it is. I also know what this means, kind of, I think. It means that unified quit path. I'm guessing he made like a single quit path that he can just call whenever to quit, to clean up the game, to unload all the resources, etc. That is my guess. But
that's what I understood too. Yeah.
But I'm no pro, so don't listen to me. Next we have a cleaned up detail map 4 shader. Detail map 4. Okay, the detail map shader is that the shader that is used to display like objects, this grass for instance, perhaps?
I thought it was the detail map is the scaling like on the objects when you expand and close them where they they tile.
Yeah, exactly. Now remember, the detail map 4 shader I think means that you can have 4 detail maps in a single object, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, as you said, it's the tiling textures. So good, that's cleaned up. It doesn't really affect us. I think it just probably looks better. Maybe it runs a bit better, I don't know. One of those things, again, that he doesn't really explain. Next we have testing out shader macros. This he shows off in the video, actually. How he's trying to make a cleaner solution for the shaders. Instead of having like a gazillion files, one file for each shader, and duplicating a lot of code, he can just have, I'm guessing, one single file where he and then he stores just the individual code that's important for that shader in a separate file, is my guess. And then he's just like put this stuff in here or something in his code. So he doesn't have to duplicate a lot of code, because like most objects want to display, for example, a color map on them, so you don't need to put that in every single object.
Right.
So that's nice. Next we have testing out shader macros. Yes, that's the one I just said. Lol. Next we have added warning message when using Intel GPU. That's what he was tweeting about last week, if I remember correctly, where some people who had mobile computers, they had laptops, it's what it's called in English. They would have a built-in graphics card in their processor. That wasn't very good, but it was a graphics card nonetheless. And then they would have another graphics card that's not in their processor, which would be better. And of course you want to use the good graphics card in a game, but people would have to explicitly tell the game to use the good graphics card and not the integrated one.
Right.
So if he detects that they're using an Intel graphics card, which is because the integrated graphics card it's an Intel graphics card, and if they're using that graphics card, then they'll get a warning message telling them that they should probably switch to the other graphics card that's good if they can.
Correct. And this is apparently this is always the dual graphics card tends to be with NVIDIA cards, not the AMD or ATI cards. So he contacted NVIDIA, I think, and they're going to actually, he was trying to find a way to have it automatically do it in the game, and he contacted them, and basically what you have to do is contact them, and then they add it to a list that says, okay, when this launches, then then it automatically uses the NVIDIA card. So apparently they've added that into their drivers for the next update. So the next update of their drivers will include Overgrowth to automatically switch to using the NVIDIA card.
Yeah, so that's solved now, which is great. Or it should be solved when they update, at least.
And keep your graphics drivers up to date.
Yes, that's a very good idea. Okay, that's the last item on the list. A lot of technical stuff this week.
Yep.
But I hope some people appreciate that as well. Cool outfit.
It certainly will make developing the game further more practical. So, yeah, pretty excited about that aspect of it.
Absolutely. Hopefully, though, for entertainment's sake, we'll see some more new features next week. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Okay, that brings us out of the weekly alpha segment into the community segment, which, as always, we will start off with the fan art watch. This week we have a bit of fan art. It seems like mostly this week the black and white is a theme, so a lot of black and white fan art. First we have this one, made by Hi-Ho-He. He writes, I really enjoyed Android's goat that we showed last week. So I made something. I'm not too good at shading, but this is good practice. So he has this goat sitting on a throne. Goat King. And yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. It looks good.
Yeah, it's very good. I really get a sense of sort of longing or displeasure in the king's expression, which to me is actually kind of cool. Like he hasn't done everything he's wanted, or something has gone wrong. Like, he looks contemplating something deep in thought. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. I like that aspect of it a lot.
Yeah, I agree. The character is really well done. He, as you say, he's shown emotions very well, which is cool. It's hard to do that. What I have to criticize though is like his rendering of materials, for instance. The rocks in the background, for instance, the wall there doesn't look very stony, and the wood doesn't look very woody. It's cool though. Like in general, the picture is nice, but that's what I think he should work on. And as he says, the shading isn't great, but yeah, he already knows that. But yeah, nice picture made by Hi-Ho-He.
Very cool.
And next we have another picture by the same guy, Hi-Ho-He. He says, how about a little comment? This one is a little sketchy because I didn't have a lot of time to do it. And it looks like a goat is headbutting a wolf, who is in turn losing a tooth thereof.
Yes. Yes. This goes to show you wolves do have a natural enemy. We didn't realize it before, but apparently it is the goat.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
Yes, it is.
I like goats. I'm starting to like goats more and more as people make fan art of them. Like this week and last week was goat weeks. Maybe it's the month of the goat or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll have to take a look at the Chinese calendar or whichever country that calendar is from.
Yeah, although that's a yearly thing, no monthly things.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
It shows how much I know. Okay. Anyways, yeah.
And I believe that this is the year of the rooster.
Oh. We need a rooster fan art for Overgrowth. I don't think we're seeing any of that either.
That's a bird though. See, I'm thinking that next it's going to be something like cute and cuddly that comes back to haunt you, like a chinchilla or something.
Maybe. Yeah, but this image, if we were talking about the style and stuff, I like the sketchy style. I always like sketchy stuff for some reason. But so yeah, I really like this image.
Yeah,
it's good. So
I
that
concur.
image, nice. This image once again made by Hi-Ho-He. Next up we have an image made by me, Mr. Silverfish.
Yay!
And I say, let's do some more combat. And I got inspired by the OG comic. This image is called Dead Dog, because obviously the dog in the picture is quite dead indeed.
Yeah, it's hard to tell where that other sword is going though, or if it's a knife or...
Yeah, I know. I'm not
What's up?
entirely happy with the image in general. Like I look at the dog's shorts, for instance, and I see that those don't entirely make sense, and his sword is kind of like, ooh, is it going to hit the rabbit? Is it going towards the rabbit or past the rabbit? Like towards the... I kind of made this image up as I went along, and I kind of thought that, okay, the rabbit is kind of dodging the sword is kind of the idea, but...
I see. It looks to me like he's tickling his armpit with a sword, so...
Okay, that's kind of fail.
No, but I actually... That's the only part of this image that sort of... I feel questionable. I love the emotion. I love the as someone said, the blood mod inspired yelp coming out of the back of the... I don't know if it's really blood mod inspired, but it kind of looks like it's part of the blood spraying off the back of his head, and that's pretty awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
That's probably not what you meant at all, was it?
Well, it was kinda like... I was more inspired by, I think, manga. I don't really read manga at all, but I've seen like a few pages, and I've seen that they sometimes write text like more drawn like, and more like part of the image to more show off to give it more of a feeling, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of what I went for.
Well, in particular, they actually use, like you did here, they use words that are onomatopoeia more than they are actual words. Like, they're never like, ouch. They're like, ah, you know, and like, what is ah? How do you write that? So in manga, they definitely do that a lot. But the Japanese have sort of specific words that mean those kinds of things where they sound like a sound, not like a word. So
Cool.
it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably investigate that a bit more. But yeah, so I'm a bit happy with this image, not entirely.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
thanks, man. So next we have an image made by Silver Fox. He says, okay, here's a quick one made for Silverfish and Overgrowth Weekly.
Yay.
Yay! He says, it is my first art on computer since about 2007, so don't be mean. How could I be mean when I am in the image? I don't know. So, yeah.
And it's a silver fox describing a silver fish. I mean, how much cooler could you get?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's probably impossible to become even more cool than that. I like the silverfish, and I like that Silver Fox and I share half our names. It's like we're the lost brothers or something.
Right. I think you are.
Probably. I can feel it. So this image...
Oh, and look, if he signs it, look, he says, cheers, SF. You guys both even have the same initial abbreviation.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy, man. I need to find this guy and talk to him, see if we're actually related. Holy moly.
Is this your alter ego? Have you been hiding hiding yourself in a basement or something?
Maybe. I'm just like... I just steal art from the internet and put my name on it, and then in reality I draw with the mouse and don't even have a drawing pad. Yeah.
Okay, I hear you now. I hear you now. Anyway, Turner looks awesome. Looks like he's been in some combat.
Yeah, it does.
And yeah.
Well, he's been in combat with me, so you know, silverfishes are dangerous.
Yeah, don't let them jump up on your inner thigh.
Yeah. We'll break your thigh.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this image once again made by Silver Fox. Nice job. And okay, so we have another image here made by Adwuga. It actually got posted, I guess, when Overgrowth Weekly started. I don't think I have words to describe the incredible masterpiece that this is.
It is I concur.
Yes. So thanks Adwuga for that image. Nice job.
We will definitely follow your advice and start OG Weekly when you post that.
Yeah, I guess. I can say that I like the rabbit's face. It's pretty awesome.
It's a little scary. It kind of reminds me of the anonymous face a little.
The anonymous face. I don't know what that is. Actually.
From it. Well, anonymous, like the club. They use that, or not club, but the online organization. That they use the mask from V for Vendetta as sort of their anonymous face.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It reminds me of nothing I've ever seen before.
As Tonjevic says in the chat, the Guy Fawkes mask from what's it called?
When he says that, Guy Fawkes mask, that reminds me of the Grey Fox mask in Oblivion.
Oh.
I wonder if that's a coincidence. I don't know about the Guy Fawkes masks, but you know, Grey Fox, Guy Fawkes. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, anyways,
similarities.
Thanks, Adwuga.
Yes, it is awesome. Yeah. Made me smile when I saw it before OG, or like as OG Weekly was starting.
Made me smile twice. Next we have this mod, main menu mod. Okay, so Samus Aran has made this auto updater for Anton's main menu mod that adds a load of maps. What is it? 48 maps?
I think so. Although I haven't had time to update it this week, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Yes. So 48 custom maps, and you can use this program to automatically download and install all of those maps.
Update.
Yes, and update. All you need to do is tell it where your Overgrowth exe file is, and it'll download it. It's like 300 megabytes or something. Loads of work taken off your shoulders. So that's updated with some nice additions, like coloring in the download thing also, and you can see how much it's downloading. I think it was up to like 300 megabytes or something. We're going to kill your server, Anton.
you guys have downloaded that particular mod more times than anything else ever off of my website. Like tens of times more traffic off of this mod than I've ever had on my website before. But it's okay. It's okay.
It's crazy. Do you have a amount of downloads or amount of data?
It's interesting because it's technically unlimited. So no, but it is a shared server. So they say that if I get to a point where it's like I'm constantly running too much, they might charge me more money. But I don't think that I'm anywhere near that yet at this point. So it's all good.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, though, like, do you have on this file, on this mod, like, how many times people have used it to update or something like that?
Oh,
it would be funny
to
get like a number.
Certain parts of it have been, last time I checked, have been downloaded 128 times. So a fair amount.
Yeah, so like 100 times 300 or something like that should be quite accurate, I guess. Or quite accurate. A rough estimation, I should say.
a rough estimation. I mean, last I checked, it was in the 30-something gigs of download this month, and usually I was, in the 1 or 2 gigs per month range. So nice. It's not a crazy amount by any means. Really, what does it is the skyboxes. The skyboxes take up most of that download, which is why Wolfire, excluded them from the downloads, and they started just using the DDS files. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it's cool though, this mod, and this downloader gets a big thumbs up from all of Overgrowth Weekly crew, which is both Anton and me.
Yes, I concur.
Great. Okay, next we have animation. An animation made by Zaggy1024. This was very recently posted. Let me actually switch to this full screen animation. It's kind of slower there, but you can see it more clearly. So he's making this animation. It's obviously a kick animation, as you can see, that hopefully is going to try to get into the game as an actual attack.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool little hop kick.
Yeah. Jump kick.
Yeah, which I was, that type of kick, it's a little, it's not really that strong of a kick, because you have nothing to push against from your other foot. So what it is, though, is it's a little confusing to your opponent to tell what leg is coming out from where. So it's a fairly fast attack, or one that kind of confuses your opponent, so to speak. And then also it has a little bit of distance that you can cover, so you could kind of be a little further away to throw that type of kick. But don't expect it to like kill someone. So it's sort of in between the airborne kicks that we have, which are still a little overpowered, and just the normal front kick. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool. I'm not sure what key commands he's gonna try and use. you know, there is a jump height control in Overgrowth. The longer you hold jump, the further you jump. So maybe if it's sort of a tap jump, you know, sort of like a small jump plus an attack, you would get this kind of kick, and that would be pretty cool and accurate.
I think I think it feels more like a quite far away run attack, like hold move and hold left click to do it, or maybe just hold left click, because it feels very much like if we take the run and hold left click, it makes sense because you want to like attack as quickly as possible, and this attack can take you like jump forward, so it should cover a bit of distance. But at the same time, I think it feels a lot like the normal kick attack, which it kind of has a theme, the left click button, just left click with the normal attack without moving or anything, where you have, if they're close, you knee them. Is that a word?
Right.
Can you knee someone?
Yes, you can.
Good. Yes, you knee them when you're close, and when you're further away, you just kick them. And when you're even further away, you can do like a jump kick, so you can follow the theme. So I don't know which one would be making the most sense.
Yeah, they both. I mean, both options would make sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. And like you say, just actually jumping and then attacking would also make sense. So it's hard to know exactly where this would fit in.
Right. Well, the current jump kick that we have is on the descent of, you know, if there's sort of an arc of the jump, it only really works if you're in a certain portion of the descending part of that jump. It doesn't work on the ascending part. So perhaps this could be on the ascending part of a jump.
Yeah, maybe. That would be cool. But yeah, this animation, hopefully we'll see it in the game soon. I would like that.
Yeah. It's looking great. I'd love to see it in game too.
Yeah. It's awesome. So thanks once again, Zaggy 1024, and hopefully we'll see that in game soon.
Very nice.
Yeah. So that brings us out of the community segment and into the community side note segment, which is kind of like the community segment, but we try to go a bit faster most of the time. Sometimes we just fail at doing that, but I think that's fine. Okay, first up we have the Object Browser tab mod made by Last. So Last released a new version of his Object Browser tab mod, adding the new items that has been added. So if you don't know what this mod does, it adds to the O2 tab new items. So because the Wolfire guys don't manually add all the items to the object browser in the game when they for every release, the objects are there, but they're kind of annoying to load and they don't have an image and so on. So if you open the object browser, let me show you here, you can go to the O2 tab, and the new items will probably be at the bottom of this. I don't actually have the mod installed though. But it's really nice.
Right.
It allows you to more easily use the new items that they have added.
Yep. It's pretty cool, and I think relatively easy for him to keep updating. Heck.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just 1 or 2 files, right? I mean, it's really tiny.
Yeah, I think he has
well, it's the images. It's the images plus the XML, right?
Yeah, I think the images are probably the most annoying part, to take an image and then you have to link to the right image for the right item and stuff like that.
Right, and those images are scalable, so you have to get the right size. And all right, yeah, no, we definitely appreciate the work that he puts in on this mod, and the Wolfire team did too, to the point that they included it in the game. So yeah,
exactly. As I said, I have not modded this item browser at all, and as you can see, it's obviously already there. So this mod, since a few alphas back, quite a few alphas actually, many alphas, a few months back, has been actually included in all of the alpha releases. So that's nice.
Exactly.
Okay, so next we have another mod by Last, his Blood/No Death mod, which has been updated for Alpha 1.5.5. This mod allows you to activate and deactivate cool blood effects and being invincible. So if you press escape, you get the menu, and you can choose if you want to have cool blood effects that he has added to the game or not, and if you can also choose to be invincible or not.
Yep.
So it's a cool little mod for playing around. Also this week he has released a new version of the Meat Rabbit for Halloween, so which you can download there. Right there.
Nice.
And if you don't know what Meat Rabbit is, you probably shouldn't Google it, but if you go to the Wolfire forums and search for it, you'll probably find something. It's basically it's Turner looking like he's made out of meat. It's combining Super Meat Boy with Overgrowth. So yeah, nice job by Last there as well. And then we have the Bear Clan character by Andridge, which he has been given a small update on. He's been working with the rigging, but it's not working out exactly like he wants it to, unfortunately, so he's kind of struggling with that still. But hopefully he'll get past that quite soon, so he can start doing some animations and stuff. And we can see some cool progress on that. So yeah, we'll keep updating you guys on this one. And that's the end of the community side note segment. And that brings us into the news segment, where we talk about what's new. Yeah, news. Oh yeah, so first up we have news, yay. The art asset overview number 24. So every now and again, Aubrey Sir, which is the guy who makes all the art for Overgrowth, posts one of these art asset overviews. So we're going to take a look at that, and we can maybe try pausing in between like major parts and talk about them. Does that sound good, Anton?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to do that. I'm always a little behind the video though. That's the only. Let me just load it manually, and yes, then we can do that for sure.
Nice. So let me know when you're ready.
I will do that.
So
okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, ready, set, go.
Welcome to the Overgrowth Art Asset Overview. So recently I was trying to make some test levels, and this week I decided to try to make a real level and see what happened. So here's the start, and the objective for this level is really simple. You just want to get to this town over here that you can see in the distance.
Pause right there. Okay, so first off, first impressions of this level is it looks very much like concept art that has been shown, which is awesome.
Yes, it is way awesome.
Yeah, and he's going to explain further, you know, what this level is about. But yeah, in general, just the water and everything, it's great. But we should keep moving because it's going to be awesome. Okay, I'm playing.
Some people probably noticed right away that there's this water-looking stuff. This is just a placeholder asset to kind of get the look and feel that I wanted for the level, because I didn't really want to be constrained by what I knew was working in the engine already, and instead I really wanted to try to capture a specific feeling or idea.
I'd
you also may have noticed that I'm trying to...
Yeah?
Yeah. Holy cow, look at that ground cover.
Oh yeah.
It is
also may have noticed.
I don't know. I spent a lot of time in the mountains when I was a kid, and the colors in the ground cover and the way that you and the sort of change from different types of plants that are grouped together that sort of create this larger feeling is really, really awesome, and it really shows here. I know that Aubrey and I have talked a lot about ground cover because it's one of the things that I feel kind of strongly about, especially on the top of a mountain like this, and it just blows my mind. It's so great to look at.
It really does.
It is
look
really
amazing.
cool. So,
And as he says, that's what he's been aiming for. He wants to make this look like a real level, which is cool. Because all levels before this has been like just test levels, it feels like, especially when looking at this. So
yeah.
it's really awesome.
Yep. And of course, he mentioned the water, but I think we get a better view of that later, so we'll maybe come back to that.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so ready to play?
Yep.
Go.
I like to think of ways that the game could be more fun, and so I think probably before too long we're going to have bushes that kind of slow you down and restrict your movement.
Okay, pause. He's talking about the bushes restricting movement.
Yep.
I like that idea very much. I just want to say that.
I do too. I concur. Absolutely.
Nice.
I think it's great. Yep.
I think it makes a lot of sense in some games. For instance, I'm thinking about the first thing that popped into my mind was Red Dead Redemption, which is, I mean, the animation and how you control in that game is kind of sluggish to begin with, and then when you like collide with bushes and stuff like that, it just makes your life very hard in that game.
Right.
So it would be, that game is one game that would benefit very much from just having the players slow down when they hit them, and I think it'll probably feel great in this game to slow down.
Right. Well, and you know, also, if depending on how it blocks line of sight, you can use that as a cover and move slowly through bushes or something like that, you know. Or you know, if you try to get around someone and there's too many bushes, maybe it hinders you too much. You know, so many cool gameplay options that are implied by that.
Yeah. Maybe you could even use bushes to like break or fall or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm feeling right now like you can fall very, very far up without dying. I don't know, maybe it's just me though. I don't know. But having bushes be like breaking your fall would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, bushes slowing you down. Sweet.
Nice.
Plane.
I'm trying to include a bunch of different paths to the goal in this level, and here's one of the more obvious ones, a little platforming challenge here. Here's that section I just showed, and you can see a little bit higher up on the cliff here you can take an alternate path and go up further on this hill. One of the things I spent a lot of time with this week was just getting all of the ground textures exactly how I wanted them, and tweaking colors and height maps, and like a painting into the skybox, so I added mountains to the skybox here. Just to try to get the feel of the level right.
Should we stop there?
Okay.
What do you think of him painting on the skyboxes?
Well, I think it's great. I mean, it looks awesome. Oh
Yeah.
man, it looks green, purple, pink. It looks fine. It looks dandy.
Nice. Yeah. At first I was like, why are you drawing on the skybox? But then it's weird. There are two things that I feel about that, because I like in games that are this vast and large in a sense, in a level, when you see something in the distance, I wish that you can get there, you know, which is sort of the beauty of an open world game. However, since they're not making an open world game, making the distance look nice like this really adds something cool to the three-dimensionality of this space. It really feels like there's something way off in the distance that's almost unattainable, and it is unattainable in this case.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. But I really like them.
Yeah,
I like the way they look. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it looks cool as well. I mean, the ideal thing would probably be to have some kind of 3D skybox, like they like to have in games nowadays, where it's actually there for real, but you can never get there. But it just makes it look a bit better, I guess. But that's also very. That's much harder to make look like you want it to, because when you're painting on the skybox, well, whatever you paint is going to be there. It's not going to change anyway. But if you're actually making a 3D mesh, you need to make sure that, you know, the fog and stuff lines up with the, and just looks well together with the terrain and so on. So considering they're a small indie company, I think this is a very good solution.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, ready to play?
Yes. Go ahead.
Nice plane.
So you can see here on the back side of the hill I also have some other platforming challenges, just to add a little bit more variety and reward the player for exploring a little bit. There's still a lot of work left to do on this level, but I'm pretty happy with how it's coming together, and I'm much more pleased with the feel of this level than a lot of the previous ones. As you can see here, there's another alternate platforming challenge where you can jump across those rocks to get to the same spot. The level's not finished and I'm still using a lot of placeholder art, but I think it's a good proof of concept for what a real level might look and play like. That's it for this week's Art Asset Overview. Don't forget, you can pre-order the game at wolfire.com/preorder. Thanks.
And there you go. That's this week's Art Asset Overview.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys it doesn't really matter if... How do I phrase this? Let us know if you liked the new way of presenting the art asset overviews. Oh yeah, either in the chat right now or in an email or something, or in the IRC.
Yeah. I think it's last likes how the rocks, the amount of rocks, meaning it's both the amount of rock objects, but then also rock decals, really sort of adds a layer of reality to, when you're in the, like I said, I used to go hiking all the time, and when you're up at that kind of elevation, you come to these just giant rock fields where it's like, you're walking on not like big boulders, but just small rocks, and it, they are a force to be reckoned with, Mm-hmm. So I agree. I think that it's a really cool, and I just love this level. Like, it feels like a place to me, so much more, like he said, compared to a lot of the older levels, it really feels like it's, it feels like it's a place that you could go, a place that you could visit, and a place where something might happen. So
yeah, it's great. I agree.
How do you feel about the water?
I feel like I was surprised by the water. Let me put it like that, because I've seen the concept art of the water, of course, and it looks kind of like this, but I never imagined that it would actually look like it did in the concept art. But when he adds it in a level like this, I kind of realize how awesome having water that actually does look like that would be in a video game, because I've never seen that kind of water in a video game. I'm more used to the flat, shiny surface. Maybe there are a bit of waves, but still, they're basically just smooth waves,
Yeah, the closest I've ever seen was, of course, from Dust, but not the constant water, but the tsunami waves that came in. I don't know if you played that game or not, but there are some times when the water in that felt like this a little bit. But yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I haven't played from Dust, but I think I've seen it in videos, and yeah, it looks. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. It looks kind of like that, basically.
A
But it's
little
cool.
bit, but I really, I mean, if they could figure out a way to keep water that looked like that in the game, it would just be awesome. Sorry, I know that it's our forbidden word, but man, it looks good.
How dare you?
I
Yeah,
know.
I agree. It looks super dandy.
Yes.
Trying to avoid the A words here.
So, yeah, I mean, and honestly, like the only thing I wish I could see is that it could see it moving. I mean, what I'm worried about with seeing such an awesome looking water like that is that if you go close to it, that it will lose that feeling. You know, it's always kind of far away, caught at a glance in this level, and I'm worried that up close you're going to be like, this doesn't behave like water, and I unfortunately think that's one of the things that they want to avoid is if you go there and it doesn't feel like what you expect, then it sort of loses that trait that they like, that they're aiming for with this game.
Yeah, I thought about that too, and it's a very good, it's a good point, actually. But at the same time, it just looks so great.
It really does.
So I hope they can get that kind of water in there, animated and all. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, even I mean, with that kind of water, even the slight animations that he was showing off in the potential map would also. I don't know if you remember, if you know what I'm talking about. He had an animated map for like level selection, and he had just slight animation on the water. If that were there along with this look in a place where you couldn't get so close to be disappointed by it, it would just be awesome. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't like the idea of invisible walls, and I know that they don't either. So to get to a place like that and have it not be the water, it's just hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Although maybe if it's only ocean side like this, and with those giant waves, if you get if you get close to the ocean, maybe the waves push you back in, so it's not even a place that could be, sort of a realistic way to have the ocean keep you at bay, is if you get too close, then the waves push you back on shore or something.
Yeah. What I've been thinking about though, in this level, for instance, it's really hard to get close to the water without having to fall quite far. Like the water is quite far down, and there are cliffs everywhere. It's not like there's a beach anywhere, if you know what I mean.
True.
So what I was thinking when I saw this was that maybe if you try to go too close to the water, you would like ragdoll and fall into the water and die. And the camera wouldn't get close to the water. The camera would stay further up, and you would watch yourself ragdoll and die.
Yeah.
Just fall into the water and sploosh, and you're gone. I think that would be kind of a cool solution. It would they wouldn't have to make the water look too good close up, but they can just focus on having it look good from a distance, which is easier.
True.
But yeah, I mean, that would at the same time constrict what they can actually do with the game. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, water has been a topic of debate since the beginning. I mean, really, even as far back as Lugaru 2, David was really working on light refraction through water and things like that, and he had done some amazing things to make it look really good. But ever since then, the physics aspects of it is stuff that he has been talking about, and how for nothing that really adds to the game, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we'll see what happens. we should move on with the show. We had some stuff to cover still. Really
Yeah,
awesome
sorry.
artist review this week. So
Yeah, it's awesome, Aubrey. I mean,
Thanks, Aubrey.
it's purple.
yeah, it's very purple indeed. Okay, so next we have a blog post. So Overgrowth was covered in PC Gamer UK, or so it would seem. So they have a preview of the preview, or whatever they're saying. Yeah, here's a preview of their preview. So if you live in the UK, you should get this magazine and read about Overgrowth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to read this. Do they post these things online, do you know?
Yes, and apparently there are even some electronic versions that you can get. So yeah.
Oh. Through iTunes and Zenio. So nice. Maybe I'll do that then. Cool. So check that out. Really cool stuff, man.
Yeah. Congratulations on getting covered in a good magazine like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen already a few people who are new to Overgrowth. They just read the article and then they just see how green the game is. Whoa, that was close.
I concur.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so we have this tweet here. Let's move on. We have this tweet. Okay, so as you might or might not know, there's a subreddit on Reddit. Can you say that? Subreddit on Reddit for Overgrowth? I'm sure there was a link here before.
Well, you've grabbed the second one, not the first one.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at this. And there you go. It's the Reddit dude, but he is a rabbit at the same time. It's a Reddit dude. Made out of iron. I guess it's rabbit Reddit? Rabbit?
I think it's the Reddit robot rabbit.
Wait a second, it's rabbit Reddit, which combined becomes rabbit.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. It's rabbit. Yeah.
It's not Redbot.
That probably makes a bit more sense, I guess. Let's go with the Redbot. Anyways, we need to give all the characters in the Wolfire community a name, you see. So this is very important. He's now known as a Redbot. I like that name.
Cool.
So yeah, Reddit. I don't use Reddit myself, but I've been very tempted to use it several times because I seem to always end up there.
Yeah,
somehow.
I think it's a great site, and the guys are cool that run it, and they're friends with the Wolfire guys, and definitely a good kind of back and forth between them. So definitely, if you have time to read Reddit, which I don't, if you have time to read Reddit, I highly recommend it.
Yeah. Cool. So that was that tweet. Okay, so next we have, of course, the Humble bundle, the new bundle, which is actually wasn't a bundle from the start. We have the Humble Voxatron
Debut.
Yes. So.
But has 2 teeth.
Yeah, I know. He said it in the video, so I thought it was funny. Is that?
Did he? I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. I promise.
Oh, well, in that case, I should shut up.
Please don't. Okay, so if you don't know what Voxatron is, it's voxel-based game. You walk around, shoot stuff. That's the best description. You show some gameplay here, I guess. There you go. Yeah, so you can buy this for whatever you want, and if you pay, let's actually take a look at the website. If you pay over the the average, which is currently $5, which is good. It has been going up steadily. You also get Blocks That Matter and The Binding of Isaac.
Yes. Also both very cool games.
Yeah, I've been wanting both Voxatron and The Binding of Isaac, so this was a phenomenal bundle for me. I haven't heard about the blocks that matter, but
it's actually been my favorite game of the bundle, to be honest. Yeah, it's a puzzle platformer. At first, I was kind of like, nah, and then like I started playing, and I was like, yes, this is good. This is good. So I like it.
Nice. I'm gonna have to try it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just first it was just Voxatron, and then they added The Binding of Isaac and Blocks That Matter if you paid more than the average. Which leads us into the next item on the agenda, which is Humble Voxatron Debut giveaway.
Yes.
So we got 4 keys, right?
Yeah, Jeff has donated 4 keys for us to give away.
So we're going to have kind of a, I don't know if you can call it a competition, but we're going to give these keys away, and to get a key, what you need to do is send an email to OG Weekly. Let me write this actually. ogweekly at gmail.com. Send an email there, and with a motivation to re-motivate why we should give a key to you.
Right.
And that's all you need to do.
And then we'll announce the 4 winners next week.
Yes.
Winners, so to speak. And, you know, ideally the kinds of stories that I'm hoping to hear is that you have a legitimate reason that you can't buy it yourself. So, yeah.
Yeah, but don't lie.
Helps.
You should still speak the truth in your motivation, otherwise it kind of loses its meaning.
Yes. If your email is at I'mARichSnob.com, I will definitely ignore your email.
Yes, but at the same time, if there, whatever, just don't lie, and we'll be happy. I think that's the most important reason. Like if you're like, I'm just too lazy to buy the games because I don't want to have to write my Visa code in, then and you still want the keys, just write that and we'll be happy. We have no idea how many are actually going to write into us, so if you're lucky you'll get one anyways.
Yep.
So
we have 4, and a fairly strong feeling that most of our listeners have maybe already purchased this.
Yes, exactly. So if you want them, send in your email to ogweekly@gmail.com.
So again, you don't have to lie, and if we have enough and you're like, you know what, I want a second copy to sell,
yeah,
and that's all that we have, you know, then hey, you get it. So
exactly.
So just no lying.
Yes, that's all we ask, man. And of course you get the whole bundle, including Blocks That Matter and The Binding of Isaac.
Absolutely.
So that's the giveaway, and we're going to once again announce the winners of those keys next week. And that's the end of the show.
That's it.
Yeah, so what I want to say is, of course, you should go to ogweekly.com, and you have links here where you can check us out all over the internets. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, man.
Cool. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.